Welcome back to the channel and to the second devlog for Senescence. In this video, we're going to take a look at an item overview and the different items we have so far. We currently have four main classes of items: weapons, armor, ammo, and consumables. We plan to expand on this to add things like weapon attachments at some point. So of these four main item classes, each one is broken down into various subclasses. Currently our weapon subclasses are pretty standard. We've got pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, snipers, and submachine guns, which are what you see here on the wall. We're currently using a system where each player can have up to 3 weapons equipped at a time, one primary, one secondary. The third weapon is for a melee type, but we currently don't have any of those set up. So as we pick up a primary and a secondary, you'll see that they get added to the appropriate slot on the widget at the bottom right. So here's a secondary weapon. It's added to the second slot. And then this is a primary weapon. Gets added to the primary slot. These weapons can be cycled between. When a weapon is equipped, only the active weapon provides the player with the weapon's stats. So even though we have an assault rifle and a pistol equipped, since we only have the pistol currently as the active weapon, only the pistol attributes are attached to the current character. So if we look at the character stats, we see the base damage is set to 1, which is what the pistol is. If we switch to the assault rifle, we'll see it's now 5, which reflects the primary weapon. Along with each of these weapon subclasses, for things like guns, there's a corresponding ammo class, which are over here. These are fairly generic placeholder assets for the time being, so it's a bit tough to tell them apart unless you actually come up to them and look at them, and they'll tell you what they are. We originally played around with the idea of having weapons classed as something more generalized, like heavy, medium, and light weapon ammo, but ultimately we decided it was better to go with a more detailed subclass route that you see here. Next up, we have armor. So over here we've got all the current armors that we have. Current subclasses we have consist of belts, footwear, gloves, pants, torso, and masks. We're going to be adding things like backpacks or bags in the future. The player is able to equip one of each of the armor subclass types, and unlike the weapons, all equipped armor attributes are directly applied to the player and are additive. Currently, if you go through and you pick things up for armor, if you don't have it, it'll auto-equip it. So you can see that's now equipped on. Bring on pants, boots, mask, gloves, and belt. You can get fully set up. And lastly, we have consumables, which are the newest set of items that we just started working on, and currently we only have med packs, which are still in works. So they don't really do anything other than get added to your inventory and just in a representation to be in the world at the moment. But these will be kind of like a way to heal yourself and others on the team. So you may have noticed that when we were picking up some of the items, they had different colored borders around their pop-up widget. So if you look at this, that gray border, these colors indicate the rarity of the item. So most items can be one of 7 rarities. Poor, like what you see here, is gray. Common is white. Uncommon is green. Rare is blue. Epic is yellow. Legendary is orange. And godly is red. The better the rarity, the better the stats that will be on the weapon. And if we also look in the inventory, each weapon will reflect their rarity inside of the inventory as well. So speaking of stats, the last thing we're going to touch on in this video is the current stats that we have set up. We wanted to try and add an elemental style system to the game to add more depth to how the players handle certain areas or situations. We don't have any effects just yet, but we have the foundation for it set up. So if we look at the player's inventory, you'll see what stats you currently have. Currently there are 7 different kinds of damages, 7 different types of armors, and health, health regen, and speed. These inventory slots down here are currently in the works. So if you equip an item, so if we come over here like we did before, so grab weapon here, let's grab this one. It has a lot of stats. So we look, we've got all of these different types of damages just because of having this equipped. And then we can come over here and we start adding different items. There should be a good, there we go. So you can see, start adding all sorts of different things. It's increased our health. We currently don't have any items with health regen. Our speed has increased by a good bit. We have a bunch of armor. And then as you add and remove things, you can see your stats change. So all of these stats are attribute driven using the Unreal Engine gas system. Let's look at a quick example for the damages, armors, and how they interact. So this zombie has 5 basic armor. So if we pick up this weapon that has 5 basic damage, the armor subtracts the amount of damage that's done based off of the different type of damage. So when we shoot him, we get 0, as expected, because we only have 5 basic damage. Now if we pick up a weapon like this one that has 1 basic damage and 2 electric damage, and we shoot the zombie, we get 2, because the 5 counteracts the 1, and then it has the leftover 2 for the electric damage, which the zombie doesn't have any armor for, or resistance for. And then if we come over here and we pick up this, which has 7, and we equip that, we also get 2. So we currently only have it doing straight subtraction for the damage reduction, but in the future we plan to add things such as the percentage-based reductions as well. So that's it for our second devlog, and as mentioned in the previous video, we're using the Lyra framework as a base for our game, and we know just how much of a challenge the Lyra framework can be. Currently, the devlogs that we're going to be doing are going to mainly be high level for now, but if anyone would like more detail of how we're building or handling certain features, drop a comment letting us know, and we can try and make an in-depth breakdown or even a tutorial to see if we can help. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and we hope to see you in the next one.